We are back, week 13. Can you believe it? Week 13.
Wow.
Here, Panthers on the Plus, a.k.a. the Ball Brothers Panthers preview. I'm here, as usual, per usual, with my bald brother, Eugene Robinson.
In the house.
How are you doing, man?
In the house. I'm here, man.
Energy's kind of low today.
Man, look, man, I stayed up and watched that entire game, bro.
You still recovering?
Man, I'm recovering, dude. I'm just trying to recover. Dude, when you look at that game, and as well as the defense had played in the first half, when you look at that, there was no way that San Fran should even win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm broadcasting for the San Francisco 49ers, I'm talking about the mistakes that Purdy has made.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the defense that's, could give up some big plays, or can't stop the run. You're talking about all those things.
Yeah.
We almost bailed them out.
Yeah.
I mean, every team is good. I get it, right? But we did not play up to our standards, and offensively, dude, we didn't show up, bro.
3 points off of 3 interceptions. Just three interceptions. I believe there were 4 total.
Red zone, baby.
Almost 5 turnovers.
Oh, exactly.
Almost 5 turnovers. You're supposed to win when there are that many turnovers. They teach you that in football 101, football for dummies.
I know. And here's the thing: when we talk about, like, when you look at last week against the
Falcons.
The Falcons.
Yeah, no, they're forgettable, by the way.
Yeah. So you look at last week, but there was 448 yards passing, right? This, I thought, was, and we're talking about the balance of the team, offense, what they do offensively. I thought that Coach Canales should, I thought he was going to stick more to the run.
Yeah.
And I know how things were getting out of hand, so it kind of changes your game plan.
Yeah.
But, man, we only ran the ball 9 times, and even when we ran the ball 9 times, they were good runs. I mean, that was positive.
But did it really get out of hand? Because they scored, and they scored in the fourth, and it got manageable. It was always manageable.
It was always manageable,
yeah.
But what I'm talking about out of hand is that it felt like we had to make a big explosive play to get back in the game because we were being stifled in the red zone, partly due to ourselves.
Yeah.
Think about this. We were like on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought I think of maybe just run it.
It was a straight out of the Pete Carroll that Seattle Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl, but all you have to do
get the ball to Marshawn Lynch, let him run.
Rico, Chuba.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: Rico and Chuba average. I believe Rico was 6 yards per carry. I guess Chuba was 6 yards per carry. Chuba was. I'm getting confused. Chuba was 6 yards. Rico was 5 yards.
Dude,
and they only got 9 carries.
9 carries, dude. Even as I watched the game, I was hear me going, just run the ball. Just even, I think the announcers even made the same thing. Even like it looked like the game is not out of hand that you can't return to what you do well, which is run the ball. And dude, even if they start to because we could run the ball, even if they get 8-man front on first down, that's when you hit them with the play action pass, baby. That's when people become a little bit more vulnerable because everybody's trying to stop the run. And so I thought against the Saints, the narrative was, hey, they stop in the run, you got to be able to pass.
Yeah.
So we were able to do that against the Falcons, okay? Then now this narrative is, hey, you don't have to pass the ball. You got to go ahead and run. And so that's the balance that I'm talking about that needs to be employed. And that only comes from the coaching staff being able to do that.
How do we move forward? Because, again, Bryce, 18 for 29, 169, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
You got to own it.
How do we move forward?
You got to own it.
We take 2 steps forward and then a million steps back.
Yeah, you got to own it.
Is there? I know earlier in the season we were trying to assess who do we point the finger at, but there's enough blame to go around, man.
The accolades that we gave and the flowers that we gave Bryce last week, now you got to go ahead and eat some of the sour grapes.
Right.
That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
All right? And that's part of the deal as growing up and being a young teen. That's part of the deal. So you're saying you're talking about this duplicity. That's basically, and Jekyll and Hyde thing, how do we get out of that? You only get out of that by production and playing and seizing the moments. This is what I mean.
Yeah.
that first interception that he threw, I know he's kicking himself because he's saying, if I just run to the right, it's a touchdown. There's nobody there.
Incredible interceptions, by the way. J.C. Horn.
But he said to himself, Bryce is saying, if I would just run and keep, pump fake the ball and just run, I'm going to score a touchdown. Yeah. I'm like 7-8 yards away.
He's right there.
He's right there. And that's what I'm there. He said he's kicking himself. And that's where you learn and you grow up because, do I take matters into my own hand? You don't, as you're running, you don't throw the ball back. You just don't because it brings people into play that you don't intend to, you don't see because they see you, but you don't see them necessarily. And so from that standpoint, I know he's kicking himself because he's like, dude, why didn't I just run? Why didn't I just run?
I got to ask you, speaking of the pass game, man, the Rams have an outstanding one. I think they're probably the best.
We jumping to the Rams already?
Yeah, let's jump to the Rams. Man,
you want to go there already?
No, they're coming to the bank. They got an outstanding team, probably the best team in the league.
Devontae Adams.
The defense. I'm talking about two corners. You would like this. Well, maybe not because it's the Rams, but Emmanuel Forbes, Kobe Durant, they were locking things down against the Bucs, man. But we have a young receiving core. How do we get these guys open?
First of all, it's going to be a good matchup too because I think that
T-Mac catch the ball.
I know, and I'm glad he's got the touchdown. But yes, and I would say catch the rock. So McMillan, absolutely, catch the rock because you're going to need it. Here's the thing that has to happen, I think. The Rams are very good. They're 9-2. They're a very good team. Yeah. They're solid across the board. Stafford is probably the MVP.
Yeah, he's
balling. He got 30 touchdowns, but only 2 picks, dog.
And his jersey is clean.
The running back, Williams, is going to have at least 1,000 yards. Yeah. And then you got Nakua and Devontae Adams. You got some cats, man, that's banging. Devontae got 12 touchdowns, man.
He looks like Green Bay Devontae. He looks like Green Bay Devontae.
Dude, he's always been that dude, right? But and Nakua's always been that cat. So now you got and we on the other hand, J.C. Horn is still in concussion protocol, dude. He ain't gonna be out of that. Yeah. So you're gonna have to go ahead and then
on the short week.
On a short week, you got to go ahead and take your secondary. And Smith Wade goes to corner. Yeah. Jax is at the other corner. I forget the other guy who's going to be at the. Not because Thornton's out. Thornton's out now too. So now you
we're getting into the practice squad guys now.
So you got a backup that's playing at that nickel position. Yeah. Trayvon Merrick is out the game.
He's out, yeah. Okay, I want to get your thoughts on that. Losing a guy like Merrick, who has really stepped up his game, played a lot better. He was a big free agent signing. What does that mean, man?
Hurts. It will hurt.
And that was a bonehead thing.
I know. It will hurt because he got, first of all, he's playing a really good game, and he ended up getting suspended because of he and Jenkins getting into an altercation out there on the field. So you got that. So you got that suspension. So who do you replace with? We got 2 safeties that's in the wings that nobody really knows about that got it going on. Ransom and Richardson.
Yeah.
Both of whom.
We've been talking a lot about Richardson.
Both of whom are very, very good. Yeah. So what does that mean for moving forward? Dude, you just now got a chance to be, one of you guys, the number one guy. You better take advantage of it. When Ken Easley went down, Ken Easley, my mentor, went down, one of the best safeties in the business. Soon as I get in the game, 385, check. 362, 380. Now they're checking on me because they're going to go right at me. So I'm saying to Ransom and I'm saying to Richardson, whomever is in that game, you got to go ahead and show up, dude. This is your time because Merrick's out. Yeah. Now you get a chance to go and say, am I that guy who can be beside Merrick? Am I that guy? Yeah. So this is your time. So I like the fact that our safeties, interchangeable, Ransom and Richardson, one of those guys are going to have to shine this week.
We got to get pressure on.
Got to shine.
We got to get pressure on Stafford before we go to break. We got to get pressure on Stafford because that dude's jersey has been clean all season.
And he gets the ball out fast, dude. And Dude.
And he's been playing for a long time. Like, he was one of those sneaky old quarterbacks.
Even when he was in Detroit, he was that dude, man.
Yeah.
He's always been that dude, man. He's always been high completion dude. He's always been accurate with the rock. He can maneuver in the pocket. He's always been that dude. Even when they traded, when they sent him to the Rams and they flopped the quarterbacks and put Goff on what's the name, right?
The Lions.
And even when they had that, with that, all that, I'm saying like this, dude, why y'all getting rid of Stafford, man? That cat's that dude.
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
You better watch out now.
Super Bowl winning quarterback, and just to add on,
I'm just saying he's good, man. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Back on the Stafford point, I remember when he played at University of Georgia, he used to light up the Gamecocks.
Dude, I'm just saying.
Thank you for bringing that.
My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Colin, I know he was throwing shade at you.
No, I wasn't. No, it is USC Clemson week. I would never do that.
There you go.
Never do that.
You're just 2 for 2 right now.
2 for 2. Throwing shade. That's all right.
No, go Gamecocks. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a few moments to break down again, preview. Look, the energy's a little low, but we're gonna pick it back up after the break. All right, we are back here on Panthers on the Plus, a.k.a. the Ball Brothers Panthers Preview Week 13. All right, so we talked about Matthew Stafford, how effective he is in playing at MVP level, Super Bowl winning. I think people forget about that. Dude is an MVP, Super Bowl winning quarterback.
That's exact. Look, it's not lost on coaches. Here's just the great thing: Coach Ajero is not going to be lost on how great that young man is, that quarterback is. He knows. He knows the scheme. He knows they are a production machine at the Rams. They are. He knows what type of work they're putting in. So that's not going to be lost on Coach Canales at all. So I'm assuming the game plan, even though it's short, on short time, is going to be tight. Because you got to take away Adams, and you got to take away Nakua, and you got to take away Williams, the running back. You got to take away these guys. And if you can put any pressure at all on Matthew Stafford, you got to do it. You can't sit back in the cut and play zone because they will eat you up. If you don't get pressure on the quarterback, they're going to eat you up because he's just that good at throwing the rock, and they're good at running routes. So you got to get in his face, people in his face, and that means, I know it, you're going to be in man-to-man coverage.
Can we handle man-to-man without JC? Mike Jack played. He had an interception. He's been playing well. So, I trust Mike Jack. Can we play man-to-man?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Yes, we can. But I'm not going to lie to you. Not having JC there.
That's Mr. One-on-one.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. So here it is. Like Smith Wade. Dude, I liked him from the beginning. I said, man, that dude, he got some dog in him.
Yeah.
He got some dog in him. Now, what you can do is you can go ahead and do some doubling.
Yeah.
Or some, maybe we call it two-man under, where you have a guy run underneath him if they're going to be running a lot of intermediate routes and stuff like that. You have a guy running underneath and then two safeties over the top. Now, you can get away with that. That means that you got a guy playing with his back to the ball. Safeties have to be really, really vocal and let you know when the ball is coming so the ball doesn't go behind your ear and he catches a rock.
I keep bringing this up week by week because we keep getting plagued by this, and I'm not sure of the status of Trevin Wallace and Roseboom, but tight ends, man, there has been we have not done well.
You saw Kittle in he ended up killing us.
Oh man, and then we got another killer. I mean, we got Colby Parkinson, tight end, young guy from the Rams who lit up the Bucs. We can't cover a tight end.
Yeah, and see, here's like the days of like that Luke Kuechly, that Thomas Davis are gone because you're trying to fit pieces in, right? And don't forget, like they had guys who's come into the game and played really well under difficult circumstances. All right. But it's not Wallace, it's not Roseboom. It's not those two. I don't think we're going to have those two back. I'm not sure.
I don't think so,
I'm not sure. So that means the other guys have to go. So what does that mean? That means that Coach Ajero, you got to be on your best, man.
Yeah.
You got to be on your best as far as the plan that you're going to call and what you guys are going to highlight and who you're going to take away. All right? Because the team that's coming in is very, very good. So do we have a chance of beating them? Of course, because same thing as the Packers. No doubt about that. Yeah. But it's going to come down to, I think, really the coaching staff of what they call and how they're able to go ahead and take advantage of what we do well, and with the shortcomings that we have, how we're able to go ahead and make those shortcomings don't look like shortcomings.
I got to ask you this. We were talking about the run game earlier for the Panthers. What is the true identity of the Panthers? Canales says, hey, I want to be we want to run the football. We want to run the football. But we haven't shown that consistently. Do we have an identity?
So I think the identity, and it changed a little because, yes, we are a running team, but it changed when you get defenses have to go ahead and they get into an 8-man, 9-man front. You ain't gonna be able to run the ball. Okay, how good you are.
Right.
We stopping you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So we know that. So when you get an 8-man front, so then now you have to be balanced. So the identity of our team, what we're trying to get to, is be a balanced team that if you take away our great running game, then we can light you up in the passing game.
Right.
But if we can't light you up in the passing game, we can rely on our chunk on the running game. You can't do them both, typically.
Are we a tough team?
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
No, absolutely.
Okay,
Dude, no doubt.
Okay.
Dude, we got some dogs up there punch you in the mouth, dude.
Okay.
No, bro, one bro had brother to another, dude. We got some dogs up there that will punch you in the mouth. Look, Brown, Wharton, will punch you in your throat, dude.
I just had to do
saying,
it. I had
to punch you for even
Mary,
asking.
dude, we got dudes who will legally come up into your face and bust you in the mouth legally. No doubt. I'm not questioning their toughness. They're tough or how fast they are. They've always been that team that's tough and fast. No doubt about that. What it is that we're trying to find that balance. And I thought that, and it's what you're getting to, offense didn't help us out.
They didn't. It was useless. I don't know why they were out there. I mean,
they didn't help.
And the defense looked gassed.
But you would get gassed.
But okay, obviously you played in the pros for a long time. You've been in those situations. You've been in almost every situation in the league. What is that like when you're out there on defense and you
can't stop them?
And you're doing a great job, but eventually can't stop them because you're out there so long. Your offense is not helping you out.
So what's frustrating about that is that you always remind yourself, okay, we got to do our job. This is our job. No matter how many times we get called to go out there, be it a fumble or whatever, we got to do our job. It's independent of what the offense does. So that's first and foremost. The other thing is that you want to get off the field. On third down percentage, they were over 50%. That means they were advancing the ball. Every time they got third down, they got a new set of downs 50% of the time. Now, guess what we did? We were 14%. We were 1 for 7. 14%. So that means that every time they got to we got to a possible first down, we didn't do it. We had to punt the ball. So guess what happened? Defense back on the field.
They look gassed.
Defense back on the field. 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 Now, so when you put it like that, and I'm saying it like that, you realize that you're rushing out there every single time. Now, on the flip side of them, out of their 7 for 13 times they had the ball, 50% of the time they will go like this. Oh, we got to get them off. We got to get off the field, man. Defense. And that's on the defense now to get off the field. That has nothing to do with the offense.
But that does have to be a little demoralizing, man. Because I think our defense has really helped us win a lot of games. I mean, running game obviously, and I think Brights has stepped up in points. But it's really been our defense that's kind of brought it home. And you got to be like, man.
Against the Saints, our defense kept us in the rock of the game, man.
The Jets,
dude. I'm telling you what. And I know it's a young team offensively, and I know our offensive line has gone through some changes, but I think what we do well is we run the rock. And so, hey, if I'm going to die on a hill, I'm going to die on the hill. Here, Rico Dowdle, there's the ball. You take it.
Right.
Chew, eat. Eat.
Yeah.
Go ahead and eat.
Well, hopefully Canales things like that. I feel like sometimes he just thinks about the pass game. Sticking to offense, going back to offense, rather. Man, we got a tough test, man. Obviously, we talked about the Rams. They're good. But, man, I'm looking at a guy like D-tackle Kobe Turner, Jared Verse. That D-line.
Oh, look, they got, what, like 30-plus sacks?
Yeah.
Right now? They had 31 sacks?
They had 4 sacks on Baker Mayfield / Bridgewater last week.
Exactly.
That's a scary.
Oh, that's a scary proposition.
With a banged up offensive line at that.
Oh, yeah. But here it is. I'm going to go ahead and I think our offensive line running, when we run, I think we do a great job of blocking. So I think this is going to be, the game has to be, in my opinion, how do you stay on the field for a very long time offensively, control the clock, and then kick a field goal, or maybe you get a touchdown? How do you control the clock to keep the offense of the Rams off the field? So that means that you got to come up with some really good stuff to keep that defense at bay, and you can't take sacks. You can't take sacks. So draws, screens, yes, that would be in. Quick passing game, yes, that would be
Jimmy
in that.
Horn.
And also taking a shot just to keep them honest.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Horn.
Just to keep them honest.
That's wrong.
So this game is going to be about the offense, I think, and not our defense, of how can you control the clock and then score, even if it's only 3 points, but just score that you keep that offense off the field.
One more thing, sticking to lines. Let's talk about the Rams' offensive line real quick, man. They keep Matthew Stafford clean. Your message to those young guys up front. I think they play really. They play really well.
But they do. But we were employing a 4-man rush at times.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying, and this is what I mean when I was talking about what game will Coach Ejiro call.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm saying to him is that they keep him clean.
Yeah.
You got to put pressure.
Yeah.
You can't allow them to sit back in the cut and you in a zone.
Yeah.
I think he's going to eat you up.
Yeah.
Because it's a zone. You can only cover, typically we say this, 3.2 seconds, if you haven't gotten the ball out, you pretty much sacked.
Yeah.
Or if he gets 3.2 seconds to look over, boom, 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 and he's not sacked,
that's a problem.
That's a problem because you can't cover that long.
Yeah.
And then you're going to exploit behind the linebackers. So what I'm thinking, and this is just me, all right, if I'm going to die on a hill, I'm going to lock up. I'm going to have some form facsimile of man, and I'm going to get me a 6-man rush.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be doing stunts and games because I'm going to get to this quarterback.
Oh, they're going to.
I got to get to this quarterback. I can't let you sit back there in the cut.
And they really did a good job of getting to a guy like Brock Purdy, who I picked on him because of the height thing. Look, but Matthew Stafford, totally different dude. You have to do more than just raise your hand and block the ball. You have to actually.
Yeah, you got. But and don't forget, if you put him on the ground, dude, put him on the ground.
Yeah.
I need you to go ahead to affect the line of scrimmage. So you got to get tremendous push.
Put that old man on the ground,
dude. Well, he's only 6.
In NFL terms.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
He's only 36.
He's a young guy in the scope of life.
Yeah.
But in the scope of the league,
Tom Brady was 44, right?
Well, yeah, but
that's Tom Brady.
It's not too many Tom Brady's.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Stafford at 36 years old as a quarterback. I mean, I'm not asking him to run. You're just asking him to use that beautiful arm of his to go ahead and light people up, and he's been able to do that.
40.
41.
Yeah. I'm just saying, he's some old guy.
Look, I ended up playing until I was 38. 37,
you were
38.
an old guy when you played.
I was an old dude.
You're an old dude.
Old dude.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with some quick hitters on the other side of the break. All right, you know what time it is. Quick hitter time. All right, Eugene, I want to ask you this. So Sports Illustrated writer Zach Robinson said, quote, Bryce Young did not have a very good game last night, full stop. Dave Canales' head-scratching play calling did not help, nor did the receivers not being open and making silly mistakes. But Young, of course, was not good. You agree with that statement? And he's referring to the Niners game, by the way.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with it.
Okay.
Okay. And the reason why I don't agree with it is because, well, Bryce had an opportunity, and as he developed, it's not like Coach Canales called a bad game.
Yeah.
Because he didn't call a bad game. All right. Bryce had some opportunity to take advantage, and he just didn't make the play. He did.
Yeah.
Here's the difference. A quick hitter. If Bryce scores that touchdown, it's a different game, man.
It's a different game.
This game is about momentum. So now he's talking. It's easy when you lose and go, I can point out this, I can point out that, I can point out this.
Right.
Okay, let me put this play to you. Merritt, when we saw Christian McCaffrey dive in there and get the first down, you know the reason why he only dove in and got the first down? Because as Merritt was coming down to go ahead and squeeze the play with great leverage, he took a look back at the quarterback just ever so slightly like this. That takes his angle and takes his angle off. Right? So now, instead of being on the front side of Christian McCaffrey, inside out, he's behind him and he's pushing him. So now he's pushing him on the back.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, most people don't know that, if he does not do this and keep his eye there, he hits him full stop 3-4 yards before the thing, and he pushes him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Hold up. They don't go down there to score the touchdown. They pump the ball back to you. Dude, those are the little nuanced stuff that I'm talking about. So when we talk about the game, I'm going, dude, this game is about momentum and making the play when you have a chance to make the play. Those two plays alone cost points. Points.
And nothing is absolute in the NFL.
So what I'm saying to you is like, Bryce, take the criticism. I'm giving you criticism too. You got to do better.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It is a referendum on the coach a little bit. Yes, it is on Coach Canales. It is. However, you got opportunity to make the play, dude. You got to make it.
Yeah.
You got to make it. Because look, you ain't going to have another time to get the interception. You're not going to have another time, Merritt, to fall on the football that you punched out of the ball on McCaffrey and fall on to get the fumble. Yeah. That opportunity, when it comes your way, you got to make it. And when you don't, that's why Zach is making. That's why Zach is. He asked me, do I agree with him? All right, because those two plays alone would have changed the game.
Real quick, X factor for Week 13. Who you got?
It has to be Bryce Young.
X factor. Okay, all right.
You have Bryce. I'm just saying, this is going to be on you, dude. You got to outplay Stafford. Your percentage has to be higher than Stafford's. Your third down efficiency has to be, your QBR is going to have to be better. You got to be the dude we saw in Atlanta. Because guess what? They're going to go know that we can run the ball, and they're going to stop the run or try to stop the run. So guess what? It's going to be on my man's shoulders, dude. I'm just saying, you're going to put it on Bryce Young's shoulders. So X factor is, Bryce Young, you got to be special.
Oh, Bryce, you heard that here, man. Don't let Eugene down. Don't let him down.
You got to be special, dude.
You got to be special, Bryce. And look, this has been a special show. It always is a special show each Thursday, 9 p.m. on WCNC Plus. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy.
Happy Thanksgiving. I don't mean to be mad and spitting. I'm spitting over here.
We actually we're in a good mood.
I'm in a good mood. I'm actually nice.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. We'll see you back here next week. Thank you for joining us.